I don't do that often. I I just rambled on without hitting record. And I was going good. Boy, like I said, I was just on this, what I was just recording. Just looking around at the beautiful leaves that are out on the trees, and I mean, look over there, out into the harbor. Leaves are popping. It's just a beautiful day. Yeah. Bugs and everything are starting to pop out, and the birds and chickadee. But waking me up in the morning now. Birds waking me up in the morning. Just beautiful. Like I'm so glad. Every day is a blessing. You know, it is. It is a gift every day. You know, when I think about what I've done in my life and achieved, it's awesome. It's great. It's still hard as hell, but it's great. Even helicopters, they'd like to fly up the harbor now and then and make a big noise. It's, you know, something to see. But oh, try to let that go by. But as I want to get into the conversation a little bit deeper here, and I got a little bit of an infection in my sinuses as well, so I'm hoping that goes away. But anyways, like the helicopter's passed enough here. But yeah, just looking around and just really appreciating all of the greens and the beauties that spring is, and the flowers and everything else. Really appreciate it. And I'll get down to it. Today we're kind of reflecting. Well, I mentioned something, you know, where, you know, when I did my journey across Canada, you know, I was sitting on the shoreline here, well, up over that way at Point Pleasant Park, thinking, reflecting, and going to myself, you're probably the only one that has ever done this. And I don't mean to walk across Canada. I've walked across Canada. And I don't mean to bike across Canada. I biked across Canada, and many people biked across Canada and walked across Canada. But I don't know of anyone who has, other than me, done it both. You know, walked and biked. They're huge events. For me, it's my life. And again, if I could ever get back out on that road, I'd be there. Actually, today I gave a guy at work, TJ, $20 because to go for the next 4 entries into the lottery. We all group our money together and get a ticket, like most people do at work. You never know. You never know. And this is the theme of, I guess, this little vlog here, is you never know. Life can change like that. But I was talking to TJ, I think a little further, or maybe it was somebody else, and talking about just sitting on the shoreline, reflecting on all this and listening to the waves. And even hearing the waves, I ended up calling up my brother and just said to him, listen, you know, it's the sound of the ocean. Him in Ottawa at that point, and me, I made it. I went from Calgary to Vancouver and then all the way across Canada to Halifax. The ocean twice. I seen the ocean, 2 different oceans within a 3-month period, under my own physical power, which was amazing to me. You know, it's an amazing feat. I went 14,000 kilometers, over 14,000 kilometers in 3 months. So that's pretty good. And I was, wow, you know, but I was humbled. Yeah, after I hung up the phone with my brother, I thought, looked out and said, well, when am I going to be back here? When am I ever going to be back here? I don't know. I'm heading to Calgary. I knew by the time I get to Calgary, I was going to be broke as a spoke, because I was using every last penny to do the trip. But I did make it back, and but I didn't know. I didn't know if I was going to see that ocean again. And I thought, you know, as bad as that is, there are people around that may not see an ocean again. That's their thoughts. Will I ever see this again? You know, will I ever see the green leaves again when they're looking at the white walls and lights of a hospital? They might not, you know, and it's sad. And you know, just today at work, I heard the news that one of our couriers, he had horrible news last night. It's something you don't want to hear. Boom, just like that. While he was working, him and his wife, his daughter were driving, and unfortunately they got hit by a truck, and he lost a daughter just like that. Gone. And you know, his wife is in intensive care, basically on life support. So yeah, and you know, talking to other people, you know, it's the things that one guy said, the things that just don't seem important, you know, the troubles in life don't seem important anymore, is what he was saying. You know what, to me, you know, I care about everything, just to feel whatever. Even yesterday, I was myself just I get aches and pains, you know, I do, and somebody was saying, well, here, take this or take that for medication to get rid of the pain. Look, for myself, I was in an accident, struck by a car, and just by a split second it could have went any other way, and that was the one thing I thought, and I said it before. You know, I was thinking I could lose my leg, because that's what they were telling me. I said, you know, it was just a split second, a microsecond. Any other way, I could have lost the use of both legs, or lost the use of legs and arms, or lost my life. And you know, from that point, at the age of 15 onward, that's the way I feel. You know, I guess that's what keeps pushing me on. But boy, terrible things happen. It's like I'm dirty there or something. It's from work. Yeah, horrible things can happen. I am not a fan of people that are making other people's lives miserable. It's a horrible thing to do, and a horrible thing to continue, when life is really so important and special and valuable. You know, I want to make things, I want to make people's lives better. Even my own trouble and suffering that I put myself through sometimes. It's for the greater good. So I keep at it. And I myself, I'm going to head in this weekend to the hospital and hopefully take care of a few things, but things that are scary, but yet again making me really, as I stop now and look around, just really appreciate it. The green of these leaves is like a nice warm blanket of comfort to me, and you know, you wake up in the morning and there it is again, you know, and it's beautiful every single time, you know, and that's amazing, you know, like the sky is still as beautiful as I remembered it as a kid. The leaves are just as green. And I wondered that when I was a kid. Will there be a change? You know, as I get older, will I lose that vision? I haven't yet. You know, along with other visions, like you know, the more we move others. But you know, for that poor chap that his whole family, you know, in jeopardy, really. But you know, that's tough, and many families out there. You know, when I was traveling across Canada, I heard a lot of stories, and they will change it to the core. And that's what these guys said today, you know, just finding out what this happened, like you're forever changed. You know, and the closer that person is to you, the more it's going to change you. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. Cheers.